This is a piece about my growing idea about what friendship can look like between boys and men. In 2018, I was gifted this poem by my good friend Francisco, and it reads as following. Today you are objectively older, the oldest you've ever been, older than billions ever have. Suffering is easy, happiness is harder, such as to apostatize versus being a friend. I am in awe of you. My new favorite word is probabilistically. For what were the odds that two odd yellow buds would leave home behind in search of home? Our circles close, harmonic unity. Strangers truly are pre-friends. And if you look close enough, your favorite word is you. Come, let's become the earth and sing today. When my friend gave me this poem, it put into perspective how much my idea of friendship had changed. No matter how many years go by, I still hear the voices of past friends and other boys and men in my life, and most of those voices are not saying things that friends should say to each other. Some are proudly claiming how clumsy and awkward I am. Many are making fun of me for not looking and dressing like they do. A few of them are decidedly telling me I'll never have a career in the arts and that I should go into something more practical to support a family. And one or two are invalidating my struggles, telling me that they're not real. Hundreds of big and small moments from my early friendships live on always, reinforcing a lack of self-respect that I very well may always be at odds with. And it is frustrating that I'm just now realizing how lacking many of my friendships really were. I was unaware of what I was missing. And if I could go back in time and tell past versions of myself that one of my best friends wrote a poem about me as a gift, I imagine that I'd be very confused. Friendship clearly meant something very different to me back then. Recently, I've turned 26 years old. And today I can say that there is nothing strange or wrong with another man writing a poem for me about our friendship. In the poem, Francisco wrote that strangers are truly pre-friends. Describing us as pre-friends would be an understatement. Our friendship seemed less like a slow build, but more like it had already existed before we met, as if we just settled into two roles that we already knew. We met early on in our AmeriCorps service for Breakthrough Central Texas. The first time I talked to him was the day he was interviewing for his position, and I immediately developed my first friend crush since moving to Austin. I was brand new to the city and had been working at Breakthrough for 3 or 4 weeks. He started a couple weeks into the program and was looking a little bit lost on his first day. We decided to get lunch together and immediately hit it off. At that time, I was unaware I was sitting with someone that was going to have a profound impact on my life. Fast forward to a few months into our friendship. We were laying on the floor of Francisco's bedroom, staring at the ceiling and occasionally glancing at one another. Above me are string lights entwined with a string of origami cranes that he made. The air in the room is still, and the otherwise loud and spirited co-op he lived in was uncharacteristically quiet. I have just shared something that is not easy to share. Fast forward to a few months after that. We are sitting in Francisco's car. It is close to 2 a.m, and we've been out and about all evening. It is dark, still, and other than the soft hum of cars whisking down 7th Street, it is quiet. He has just shared something with me that is not easy to share. And I still remember how sweet that first exhale felt after sharing and feeling his acceptance. The relief I felt of not only being able to get something off my chest, but to be truly loved and supported in that moment is a feeling I will not forget. I can't say for sure, but I imagine he felt the same in this moment. This was something new to me, a feeling that I did not know I was missing from my life. I had experienced vulnerability before, but usually in special spaces that were facilitated for me. For the first time, I felt organic, safe, and true vulnerability and authenticity with a man I was friends with. From those moments on, things were different. I now know what I have to gain and what I have to give. And as I said, this was a feeling I didn't know I was missing. And once you've learned it, you can't unlearn it. When you understand what true and compassionate friendship looks and feels like, you start seeking it out, creating it even. As I've explored this over the last few years, I've realized so many things. How necessary it is for all of us to have the space to share the things that burden us with people we trust and care for. How I've put too much pressure on the women in my life to bear all of my emotional labor. How many of my friendships lacked authenticity, and how quick we are to trivialize and even mock platonic love, especially between two men. I became aware of this all over the course of that year, and when my friend gifted me this poem, I knew everything would be different. My favorite part of the poem is a hidden reference. In 2017, another friend of mine named Andy gave a talk to our community about how his favorite word was friend, a crushingly beautiful sentiment. Since then, I've decided that my favorite word is also friend, and coming to that decision has been pretty critical in helping me form my identity and values. So much so that I've spent the last several years taking a serious look at the concept itself, reading and writing about the many beautiful complexities that make friendship so sacred to me. Francisco was aware of this, and we had many conversations about what our favorite words were and what friendship meant to us. The last two lines of the poem are, and if you look close enough, your favorite word is you. This is a reference to those conversations. Francisco knew that my favorite word is friend, and if you take the F and the D out of the word friend, you're left with the letters R, I, E, and N, which could be phonetically pronounced like my name, Ryan. I'll repeat the line again. And if you look close enough, your favorite word is you. He found my name hidden within the word friend, as if to say I had somehow embodied or existed within this concept that I treasure so much. The love, care, and understanding I felt in that moment was profound. To have a friend pay that much attention to what means most to me and create a beautiful piece of art as a gift just for me is a feeling I will treasure for the rest of my life. His gift was more than just a symbol of our friendship. It also gave me a new standard for how I should expect to be treated by my friends and an expectation for how I should treat them. And I hope that if you have a friend in your life that you cherish, that you'll consider doing the same or doing something that shows it, like my friend did for me. Thank you.